again. Very good evening to all the participants of our network Akkam Pakkam. As further introduced, I am Isaac. I am here in Dindikal. As the principal of Anakara College, run by Capuchin. I am actually Capuchin priest. Yeah. Now at the outset, I am really happy to be with you today in the group. First time I am meeting you all. Though I am not visually able to see you, but I am happy to share with you. I am grateful to Father Edwin. From the beginning, we were working together for a number of years, and those days are memorable days, and I am really happy to cherish all those moments where we worked together, and we have witnessed the growth of the children tangibly. So therefore, it was really great. I mean, those days were very great, and even now we continue to do it, but in a different manner and strategy. And actually, I'd like to share with you a few thoughts about the topic, the concept, neighborhood parliament, and especially the neighborhood parliament of children, and the need of the hour today, what we are supposed to do. And first and foremost, the first point what I would like to share with you is, I was searching for my PhD thesis, research some concrete topics. From the beginning, my nature is, I don't want to do anything idly, simply which is going to be for mark's sake or for the sake of a degree. No, even when I completed my priesthood study, they asked me to go to Rome for higher studies. I said, no, my study should be useful for the people. And if at all I study something in the higher level, that should be for the people. And therefore, I opted for social work and then started my research also. And I was searching for some concrete topics. And of course, when I joined with Father Edwin, this topic, this concept affected me so much. And I adopted that concept and started my research on that. And this is not only the research for academic sake, but I was practicing it beside. So my research was both practice and academic. So the topic was actually practice of direct democracy through neighborhood parliament. And I have taken samples in Kanyakumari district, where it was practice started and then it was practice. When I started my research, there were already more than some 7,000 neighborhood parliaments, especially children parliaments. And I started my work as well as research with Father Edwin. And in short, the research outcome, I tell you, I started with the mind of to study the impact of neighborhood parliament and neighborhood children parliament. How far this concept has created impact among the people and the children, and what are the impacts. That was my study, and the statistical report, the information what I have received from the respondents proved as very positive, highly positive. And it gave me a great push to go ahead. And I too practically witnessed the same and started working with the children in Dindikal district. And as we started, we tangibly saw the growth of the children in children parliament. Of course, the neighborhood parliaments for elders is there, but then to start with, children parliament gave me lots of enthusiasm to go further. And from 2006 to 2010, 5 years, it was not only for my search for the academic purpose, but it was my intensive implementation of this concept. I was working very intensively with Father Edwin and all over Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry. we have gone to I was traveling to all the districts. My full-time work was that. So I was traveling night and day to all the districts and implementing the concept. There's hundreds of training programs for the NGO people and the staff members, both besides in the schools also we have given training for the children like that. And we have started in all the district children parliament. And we have got, we had a greater number of children participation. And we had, as Father introduced, the first state level gathering of children Manad we had in Chennai. And of course, before that preliminary preparation, we had 5 days of children gathering in Tanjore. We had representatives from all the districts. And there we had election of the state level children parliament. Then we took them to state level gathering Manad in Chennai, School of Social Work, and it had a greater impact. It was marvelous, and as I said, we had received the international award, the first award for India and for our concept for that year, 2008 and 9. And the report said it is the best movement globally to protect child rights, to promote child rights, and to produce better future leaders. That made a greater impact for me personally also. Because this concept not only protects child rights, promotes child rights, but produces better future leaders, which we need today. So, with that impact, we had continuously every year state level gathering. We had another gathering, great gathering in Salem, and in Trichy, Bishop Weaver College, we had a massive gathering, and we had more than 2,500 children. Like that, so continuously we had some 4 or 5 state level gathering and so on. And of course, it needs a lot of commitment and tireless work. And parents should believe us and send the children. All those things are there behind. Because unless and until we involve fully with full-hearted commitment, we cannot bring that like that. And of course, after that, my parents wanted me to enter into the college here. So therefore, I was unable to spare much time there. But when I came back to the college, many of the congregations, because we have trained almost all the congregations which made it sustainable, still they are practicing. Still they are asking, why did you leave and go like that? So that is one drawback on my part. But always my heart longs to work with the children. Still, though I am in the college, but my heart is for children. That's why I am trying to publish my book now. And also, with the new, I took few years in between to assimilate before publishing my research work, and now I have come out with some more additional things. Now it is getting ready, almost in the month of January, you may get it, because the global pandemic, the disaster, what we came across, you know that it has made a terrible impact on the children and all over, of course, in the economical level, educational level. The educational system is completely upside down. Because since I am in the field, I know the educational system is completely upside down due to this pandemic situation. And at present, I feel it is an emergency need to concentrate and to work with the children because of the following problems. Now, before going for the problems, I will tell you, I will pinpoint one or two achievements, the greater achievements, what I really cherish and then want to share with you. In 2007, we had kind of state level gathering in Coimbatore, children. And there, our children, the children ministers discussed and then spoke about free education to all the children, quality, not simply education, quality free education to all the children should be provided by the government. And that issue came, published by the press, and we have the paper cutting and so on. And we have submitted to the minister also that time. And after that, this process has been taken by the government, and the government has implemented following year itself. Of course, it has been implemented as if the government has implemented, no problem. We have achieved our purpose. That's all. So the children proposed, and that was implemented by the government in the following year as quality free education for all the children up to 18 years. That is still plus two like that. And we were really happy about that. And secondly, a lot of achievements in every district. And, the president, the CM Stalin, was there as the mayor in Chennai. And some part, I tell you that time, we proposed the children also once again during the state gathering, the children spoke about the free bus pass for the children. They said, see, you have given us free bus pass, but then every day traveling through the same town bus, city buses, it's very difficult. Grown-ups, everybody is traveling. We are going with our school bag and then water bottle, things like that and so on. But we are not able to travel comfortably. And therefore, they requested it came out from the children themselves. It was very marvelous suggestion.
Oh,
And they said the suggestion we sent to the PM office also that you get these free pass, but then help us with the free bus, the same city bus itself enough for us. We don't need kind of sophisticated bus, but the same city bus, morning 2 hours, evening 2 hours, only for children alone. So children special like. And we have suggested at that time that government accepted, and it was the present CM Stalin started in Chennai actually at that time. And then afterwards, the new government came, they closed that. But then these are all some of the important factors. And the topmost achievement, what we feel happy is this. The Tamil Nadu policy for children 2022 now, this year, they have published now some 6 months back, they have published because we have proposed earlier, the government has to take decision to implement this children forum in all the panchayats. The government has to propose it as mandatory. And this was our request. And now the present government has made it mandatory. It is the greatest achievement for us. The government, if you look at the Tamil Nadu policy for children 2022, it is announced, the pages, I am bringing it in the book also. The government has announced every panchayat should provide space for children, and that should be a children forum. It should be respected, the children should be heard, and they should express themselves. And this forum is mandatory. All these things are given in the Tamil Nadu policy present. So these are some of the ways we have to start. We have provision to start. Now, in short, coming to the today's challenges, why we need to go for children parliament immediately. Even 2 weeks back, I went to Paris and then started some 5 children parliament. After a long time, I am starting again because of looking at the need. After the pandemic situation, I feel it is really the children are in a pathetic situation. As I told you, not only the academic problems, but then the contemporary burning problems of the adolescents, because the children in children's parliament are mostly adolescents in that stage. And they are facing now, of course, the existing problem like human trafficking, sexual abuses are increasing, both children and women, and personal freedom struggle among the children themselves. And alcohol and substance abuse is terribly on the increase. Everywhere in the schools, colleges, everywhere you will find alcohol and substance abuses, and increasing of suicide among adolescents. The children's suicide is high, and the statistical report says India ranks first in the suicides. And the youngsters, the adolescents are on the top. The number of adolescents committing suicide is on the top. And media influence is so terrible because of the online classes. All the children are provided with media, that is the cell phone. Now, the parents are unable to control, they are uncontrollable. And children are becoming like addiction to media. And it is misused in so many ways. And it has become a kind of addiction. And the parents terribly feel the problem. They do not know what to do. And uncontrollable malpractices and psychological imbalances because of all these influences we find because of the media, misuse of media, children become, the adolescents become, because adolescent stage is very important stage in the developmental factors. And it is a turning point for them, and which can be converted or could be guided in a proper manner, in other words, only through children's forum and children's parliament. Because psychological imbalances leading to stress, depression, anxiety, aggressive behavior, all those things we come across. And also parental conflicts. Parental conflicts are there. And conflicts in value systems in families, society, religion, so many things. Because the political system as such is dangerous now. It looks very dangerous to the future generation. Problem of self-identification. Yeah, the struggles in seeking right model for life. They go behind the heroes, cine heroes like that. The leaders whom they found, whom they witnessed, are not, most of them are not, and even the topmost leaders are not witnessing with the proper leadership qualities. And including of unhealthy political influences. Yeah, today's India situation, unhealthy political influences. You can understand how the situation is going on, because I may not explain elaborately. I am giving in gist. And feelings of being neglected. Many children feel neglected, and risk-taking behavior and conduct disorder. And all these things are there. And some of the causes may be, like reasons may be avariciousness towards money, wealth, and power, and negative influences of media. It is more negative than the positive or proactive. And also a crisis in adapting or choosing an appropriate value system, lack of self-awareness, both personally and socially and psychologically, and lack of accurate animation and guidance at the age of adolescent stage. And it is because it is the transition period, we need to more concentrate on the development, holistic development. The limitations of institutional approach and knowledge. The institutional approaches are only concentrating on academic purpose, and then tidy them to go for earning of higher salary and the positions, power, things like that. And of course, the other cultural imbalances, things like that. So now, some of the problems I have presented before you, and there are so many things. And for this, I am suggesting you two things. One thing is the Children Parliament Forum. Okay, this could be at present there is no other possibility as far as my knowledge concerned. Being in the education institutions, whatever I have witnessed, one thing I am going back to this concept only because the Children Forum can solve this problem to the maximum. And also, something is through Children Parliament in the grassroots level. And second one is, even we should concentrate in the school level also. We have to enter into the school institution where we can, of course, we can have the same strategy, of course, in a different form of application in the school, in the institution. There also we need to concentrate, and that is, in other words, we have better forums, the base in the schools and so on, where we can impart all these value systems. And unless and until we concentrate on all these issues and the developmental factors through our forum, children forum, it is very difficult. And the society, the future society is in danger. That's what I feel personally. Yeah, this is not simply the word, but I feel and tell you that the future generation, the society is in danger because of the present political situation. We do not know what will happen in the next election and so on. So at this juncture, I'm sharing with you in this. We need that we are forced, we are compelled to venture into this practice or this application of children forum. And there is no other possibility because talking to the elders, I'm not saying it is, it is worthless, but then it's okay. But then, once again, the value system which is held by the grown-ups may not be able to bring lot of changes. These kind of changes should be made among the children. And the children should come out with greater changes. And as rightly pointed out by the UN Council for Children, when we received the award, this is the best forum to produce better future leaders. And therefore, I would suggest, like you people, like-minded people, can discuss, can come out with some strategies, how far we can go about implementing these concepts and these ideas. And for practical purpose, I am also giving some guidelines and some materials to overcome all these problems. I am giving in the annexure some of the training materials in my book itself to understand the children and also how to guide the children and so on. I am giving additionally some of the materials, and we can together discuss and then find out or come out with some more suggestions in what way we can implement this concept. And this is what I feel. And now the floor is open for you. You can share your views on this. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Father, for your sharing. It was nice.
So, any clarification or questions to Father? Father, hello. Father, what is your finding, Father? How many were your population, your research population, and with regard to the concept of children parliament, what is your finding? How did the children welcome the idea in that line?
Research finding, my total population was 666. The 66 is like this. 600 from the children,
yeah,
and 66 were from the staff, the animators, who were working in the NCM, there, neighborhood community network there.
Yeah.
And I have taken the response from the children, 600, and the animators separately.
Okay.
And I have analyzed both and given the outcome in the research. And of course, everybody, the findings, they said the concept is really promoting democracy, that is the participation of everybody and respect of everybody, everybody's opinion, and they are able to achieve certain things in the grassroots level, in their own village, their own circles, villages, and they were able to implement so many like the street light, be it the street light problems or the cleanliness or school dropouts problems. They were able to then bring back the children to the school, and also in medical and so on, they have submitted their request to the request to the Panchayat meeting, and the petition was accepted and then sent to the collector, and they responded by providing them for
Yeah.
1.5 kilometers road with a big bridge. Okay, and that was costing around 56 lakhs. And like that, so many achievements, and we could see that. And the children felt very happy and very much satisfied with the growth, and they wanted to participate in it. That was before pandemic situation. Yeah.
Hello. Father, if there was a questionnaire with regard to the how did the parents think about this children parliament? If you had a questionnaire with the parents, how was what has been your finding with regard to the reaction from the side of parents?
Yeah, in some places, parents were a bit restricted, the sense reserved. They were not free to send the children. They were feeling, Of course, we can see in some places, everybody, they were willing to send, but some places, the city places and so on, the rich people, and of course, the middle class, upper middle class, they may not want to mingle with the other children. That is one category to say. But then, in the village level and so on, in the rural areas, we found really it was a marvelous participation. In most of the villages where we had children parliament, mostly all the children participated. But parents understand for the purpose of this gathering. Normally, we used to do this way. In any village, when we start the children parliament, we gather the children and we instruct them, and then slowly we start. Of course, with the children, we should go with a playful approach. And once we start the children parliament, then we used to have the election. After the election, normally I propose them to have a common function. In a common function in the village, the children, of course, the cultural ministers and other ministers will join together, and then, of course, they will come with some cultural program. We will have a common gathering and a kind of function, cultural program. In that function, we would invite the Panchayat president and local leaders, of course, the important people in the village, and we have a function. We arrange the function. So one Friday evening, we have the function. On the stage, the children will give some performances from the children's parliament. Children will be interested to do that. And normally, the villages, when the children perform, the parents used to come to witness that. And in that public meeting, the children used to take work through their ministerial service, and during which the main purpose is to make the parents to understand for what purpose or what is the purpose of this gathering, why the children are called here, why the children are in the parliament. And normally, one of us, mostly in many of the places I used to go, then we explain to the parents what this children forum is going to do for the children, for your children. And once we explain to them how the children will grow in children's parliament, and the parents are happy, and they feel that, the children will grow better in the children's parliament. And in some places, I really feel that the parents are sending children go to the children's parliament meeting like that. That was the feedback. Of course, we had also some challenges. Some places we struggled. We also struggled. And one positive element was when we had state level children parliament and so on, we have to bring the children from various districts. And many parents used to phone up to me, and then they used to tell me, Father, have you called? Is it that meeting organized by you? Then we will send you, Father. Yeah, we will send them to you. Take care and then send them back to you. That was okay. They had belief on me. Then they were sending. Of course, we need to, as I told you in the beginning, we have to put up some hard work and then contact the parents when they have some problems like that. Then we used to bring them and then send them safe. And it is the work of the organizer to look into all those things. So in that way, in the village and so on, we make the parents to understand, then they are convinced. Yeah.
Okay. Father, I have a question. First of all, thank you very much for the comprehensive presentation. My question is, how can this, whatever you have presented about the Children's Parliament, how can that be connected with the concept that we are working on, which is basically neighborocracy? So what is the connection, or how can this be connected, or what are the similarities? If you can shed some light on that, it would be very helpful, Father.
Yeah, actually, I am aiming at this, and this neighborocracy. Neighborocracy is good, and this has to lead to healthy democracy. If you see the talk which I have sent to you, my book, insists finally on that healthy democracy, because at present what we are facing, the situation in be Tamil Nadu or the whole of India is not healthy, that, the democracy. And if it proceeds like this, you will not have, the democracy will become worse. And therefore, to create a healthy democracy, we should have healthy leaders. The leaders of the society should think uh, objectively for the growth of everybody, to respect everybody's freedom, to respect everybody's opinion, the values of the democracy. And if we are to promote the values of the real democracy, okay, we need to create such kind of leaders. There is no, point of talking about the present leaders and then whether they will bring about changes. Nothing of that sort, because their mind is something different, And therefore, my view is that we have to create leaders, the healthy leaders, which means it is possible only in the children's parliament. And the children's parliament leaders, when we concentrate on all these elements and then bring them healthy children, the healthy children will come with a healthy attitude, healthy aptitude and attitudinal changes. And in turn, they can create a healthy family in future. And that from that family, healthy leaders can emerge. And that healthy leaders will bring healthy democracy. That is my idea. That is my view. But we have to prepare for that. When we take this application, what you say, the neighborocracy will automatically emerge there. Yeah, neighborocracy, promoting neighborocracy alone, maybe in my understanding, it can sustain there within the neighborocracy, the neighbors, but then later on it has to go. The final target must be aiming at that. It has to bring the neighborocracy to the real democracy. That is healthy democracy, I call it. And for which we have to create a base. And that base is nobody else than the children. And because the situation now at present, when you look at it, is really alarming. That's why I'm telling you, the neighborocracy is good, it's okay, but that neighborocracy alone, I don't know, but the neighborocracy should be concentrated and then evolved through children. That will make a longer sustainability. Am I okay for you?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
So it was a wonderful explanation, Father. And I have a small question. What was the age group of the children? The age group, the age difference, the children.
Yeah.
How do you select?
Age group, mostly we take autism system in the sense about, say, for example, 10 years or 12 years like that. And below that, we have children, but then those children, we need to, because they may not understand some of the things, but these days, about 10 or 12, they are able to grasp what we say. And it is not the present generation is not as we think that they are children, they do not know, they may not understand certain things, but they are able to really visualize and then capture what you say. And we have tested in the Children's Parliament all these things, some of the elements, even the psychological factors, we have tested in the Children's Parliament. And it really they understand. And they understand. Some of the children immediately come out and say, Father, I have this limitation, this problem. Help me how I can come out of this. And how can I be better person like this. So all these things. When they learn all these things, then slowly, it's a gradual growth and development, and we will have better person in the future. Yeah.
Thank you, Father.
Yeah.
Father Edwin?
Okay.
Good.
Somebody called me.
Yes, Father, I called you for to do the vote of thanks.
Before the vote of thanks, we neither have to say anything about the presentation, not asking questions, but their opinion.
Yeah. What's your feedback, reaction, appreciation? I think we can have a round, is it?
Yeah.
Everybody can say one or two words like that, or one or two sentences. What was this session like?
Yeah, I think before that, Father, Miss Katyayani Chamraj, she has raised her hand.
Yeah.
Maybe we should listen to her and then move to the final one.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Thank you very much for the talk. It was very interesting to know about the Children's Parliament. But in Tamil Nadu, as far as I know, the institutional mechanism for having even adults, to assemble and to have local democracy is not at all in place. I am talking about the 74th Amendment to the Constitution and the need to have ward committees and area sabhas in every area. As far as I know, it has not been implemented in Tamil Nadu at all. So do you know, have you done any effort to see that adults also have a possibility to, participate in a local democracy parliament, which is actually the area sabha and also the ward committee at the level of the ward? What is the status in Tamil Nadu regarding people's parliament at local level, not just for children, but for the adults also?
Yeah. Actually, for the adult, it was started in Kanyakumari district only. Father Edwin knows that. But in other places, we accept that. It is that's why I pointed out in the beginning itself. Gathering the adults as the parliament it is little difficult. Not only little, but it is really difficult because of the our system as such, Indian system, the cultural system. We have got India has got a unique system of multi-religion, multi-caste, and things like that. It is very difficult to bring together the grown-ups and the elders. In some places it is possible, some places it is really difficult. Of course, we have got women's groups and the gents groups like that and so on. That is only for economical development and some kind of economical participation like. But as carrying of democracy as such, or this neighborhood parliament as such, it is difficult. And that's why we are aiming at with children, and in future, when these people grow with this, impact and views and attitudes, they can create. Of course, we can
Yeah,
use
but I
all
think
the
I heard from some activists in Chennai that the government of Tamil Nadu has come out with some rules regarding area sabhas for adults, where all local people can gather and take decisions about their areas. So I thought maybe you would be involved in that, but it would be interesting to know what is happening about that.
I think I can answer this question for your question. Actually, I am a member of Tannachi. We released a book on area sabhas and ward committee recently. In the political context, the Tamil Nadu government released an GO on July 22nd, I think, regarding area sabhas and forming area sabhas and ward committees.
Yeah.
But that GO is not that much of information or clarity. They simply announcing the area sabha and ward committee is going to happen. That's all. So in the political context, in a systematic approach, they should form a area sabhas in every ward according to the population, and one area committee for every ward. In that ward committee. In that ward committee, from each area, the one person will elected by the council itself. I mean, whole Chennai Corporation Council. So this is a systematic approach, but in a cultural approach, we need to form or we need to conduct a model area sabhas in our respective areas with our own effort. 5 years back, we conducted so many model Grama Sabhas in to our friends' villages, so that we creating awareness. After that, the government itself, the parties of Tamil Nadu itself took that Gram Sabhas as a political campaign. So that's how the Gram Sabhas came into the main topic of the last elections. So in the same way, conduct area sabhas in our respective villages, in wards of the Chennai Corporation and other town panchayat and other municipalities like that. So I think it's our responsibilities. And if you want that book on area sabhas, you can have it. Please contact.
Okay, let us go for
Sister Jyoti. Yeah.
Last round.
This is the last round. Please, members, share your how was today's session. Maybe I shall read out the names. You can. Sister Jyoti.
Oh, I'll have to start. Okay. Thank you, Father Isaac, for the presentation on Children's Parliament. I'm taking two learnings from your presentation. You have already suggested a sort of one at the grassroots, the other one at the institutional level. At the institutional level, definitely it is Children's Parliament. And at the grassroots level, I feel it is, a neighborocracy. I have a feeling these two things has to, it has to go together as a parallel, process. We need further discussion on this. And yesterday, Preetham, myself, we shared a sort of the concept note which we wrote with our members, especially with Katyayani and all. I personally feel we need to have one more session on exclusively on neighborocracy, which was also an expectation. I think it is pending. Like, yeah. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Annie Jessila. Annie Jessila, can you join? Can you? There is one Sudha Reddy, please. Sudha Reddy, please come forward.
Sudha is from Karnataka. Yes.
Yeah, good evening, all. Thank you so much for this very interesting discussion, and especially from the Tamil Nadu perspective. Just I would like to add a bit. Karnataka government has come out with a mandatory to have a special Gram Sabhas for children already. It's been there. And even there's a special Gram Sabhas for women also. But there are several panchayats actually do celebrate. I mean, actually, it's not a celebration as such, but definitely they go for this Gram Sabhas. They're performing this. So the children, especially now, it is like last thing is November 14th to this month 14th, I think. This is a 1 month long preparations, and also there are some kind of activities involved for the children. So just I want to share with you, this is something happening in Karnataka by the government, the thing. And but that's very interesting, of course, the children parliament. As Jyoti said, even that's what I have gone through that in neighborocracy just while coming now. So it's very important. I think it's very interesting concept. It's from the, it's a actually bottom-up approach, we can say. Whether we can have one more serious discussion about it. Where we could bring along the children, women, and other like youth. What are the groups at the village level or at the local level? Whether we can have such kind of another discussion, that I would really look forward to. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Annie Jessila.
Go to next, sir.
Okay, Anusha.
Go next.
Anybody, please come forward.
This is Vinod.
Yeah, Vinod.
Yeah, I think this session is very useful for me and for our kind of work actually. And one more information is that recently the Tamil Nadu government announces its child policy. In the child policy, they announced that they are going to form some Bala Sabhas. That means children Sabhas. So I think we can incorporate with that Bala Sabhas with this children parliament. I think if the government is going to form that Bala Sabhas, we can incorporate that the children parliament into that. I think so. After that, actually, the session is good for me. That's all I think. Thank you.
Thank you. Father Edwin, shall we wind up?
Sure, Vishal. Okay. So
whatever I invite you to do, what are thanks for, Father?
Okay. Isaac has done a great job and was a very clear, systematic presentation. And he was able to do it even without looking at us and without we seeing him, but still he was able to hold our interest. and he has aroused a lot of interest in the concept, and it's a good beginning, and we will like to have with him to build on this further. So thank you very much for Isaac, and wish you all the best for your book, which is supposed to bring out through. Hello? Yeah.
Yes, Father. Yes, Father.
Okay. Yeah. And then, and we were very happy to have some good new people. Sorry, since without these videos and so on, we couldn't do properly, get them introduced properly. But we will have more such meetings, special events hereafter. And we wish, we request that they all keep coming so that we get to know one another and then support one another and be a joined force. Thank you very much.
Mariadasan sir, please a word about our akam to others when we meet and all.
See, usually we meet every Sunday. Now we are shifted to Saturdays. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Saturdays from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Is it right?
5:30 to 6:30.
Sorry, 5:30 to 6:30. Yeah, you are right. So we are, I just want to check. 5:30 to 6:30 is our time hereafter. So every Saturday we have meeting on Zoom. And as Father said, now we will have special meetings like this one. Today, Father Isaac's presentation was a wonderful presentation, and I hope everyone loved it. And he clarified all our doubts also. So he will be guiding us with Father Edwin John to make a new nation, new world, probably. Thank you.